Okay, I'm Alexia Thomas. I presented on Drexler's Engines of Creation, Chapter 8. The title of the chapter is Long Life in an Open World. So in this chapter, he pretty much talks about how we're going to lengthen our lives with different, cell repair machines. And in order to lengthen our lives, since we're going to lengthen our lives, we have to have an earth to live on. So we're going to have to heal and protect our earth so that we can live here longer. So he starts out by asking the question, why not cell repair machines? Kind of to prove his point and be a devil's advocate for what he's arguing. So the first answer to why wouldn't we build cell repair machines would be, well, people have tried it before in the past and they failed. But he argues that at this point, as far as we've advanced with technology, our man-made cell repair machines should be able to repair better than nature's or what we've done in the past. So I found that a little bit far-reached for him to claim that, but it's just a speculation. And so then the next argument would be, well, nature has tried it in the past and it's failed, and that's because not all of our genes are designed to last for forever, and they don't replicate perfectly every time. So he argues that, yeah, we should go ahead and build these cell repair machines. Okay, so now that we've built these, we need to look at how we can heal and protect the earth. So he says that we can heal and protect the earth by replicating assemblers to remove carbon dioxide. That's just one example that he used. And the way that we would do this is the replicators would rearrange the atoms in carbon dioxide and basically make them harmless. That sounded like a pretty simple idea to me. Or another idea was to just split off the oxygen and then throw the carbon back down in coal seams and oil fields where they came from. That seemed like a pretty simple idea too, so I kind of bought into that. And then finally, the last kind of point that he talked about was long life and population pressure. That kind of sounded a little bit, yeah, we're being pressured to live longer. So what did he mean by that? Okay, so he said expectations always shape actions. I said, wow, that's really deep. And what he meant by that was, if we expect to live longer, then we're going to work harder to live longer. And a quote that he said was, let's see, those concerned with long-term limits will serve humanity best by staying alive to keep their concern alive. So basically, people that want to stay alive longer are going to work on that all of their lives and then pass that down, and basically we're just going to be living longer and longer as time goes on. Okay. So my response to this. As a whole, I was kind of, questioning whether or not this goes along with Christianity. One of his quotes was, "A gnawing uncertainty about one's own fate would give reason to push the whole matter into the subconscious dungeon of disturbing speculations." So that was kind of like, okay, if I don't know where I'm going after this earth, or after, this life, I want to live here as long as possible so that I can get as much as I can out of this life. And I was kind of thinking, as Christians, are we given this knowledge and intellect by God to work on lengthening our lives, or do we live for X amount of years for a reason? Is that the way God wants us to be, or should we be working on living longer and better lives? That would be it. Any questions?
Yeah. 7 seconds to spare.
Better than the last guy.
Sorry.
Okay, you say that this God wanted us to, well, just going off what you just said last. God wanted us to live an extra amount of years. Well, what reasoning could anybody base that off of since people die early, people die late? What exactly would X amount of years mean? Do you mean that we can't, if that's the case, would that mean also towards diseases or stuff like that? They should just die off because you can't let them live longer.
Right. Yeah, I guess I'm thinking more of should we just die when our cells die, or should they go? Should they continue replicating? Should we start reviving or rejuvenating cells once they die? Or should we just let them die?
Which is healthy, dying all the time now, too, right? Skin cells falling off all the time, right? Toenails.
People go bald.
Yeah.
So,
what's the difference if you use nanotechnology or some other medicine that helps you live longer, better life?
that's an arguing question right there.
Yeah, there's another quote that he had about basically like people will grow healthier as they grow older, improving like wine instead of spoiling like milk. So that was a nice way of looking at it, I guess.
That Drexler is very prosy, I think, and very poetic in his whole book, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta say that. I give him credit for that, right? He's got wonderful descriptions of things happening. So, okay. All right, any other questions for Alexia, or shall we thank our speaker?